Okay. Hello. Let me fix the music bot there. Yeah, so let's see. Let's look at the 15-minute here. We can see the 15-minute. We have clear SMT here from these highs. So this is the high over here. Oh no, I guess I'm looking at this buy side more. This already got swept here. Yeah, looks like yes, we're able to sweep this high here from yesterday's. Let me delete some things I have on. We have SMT off these lows, delivering from a breaker on the 15-minute here. We have a low, we have a high. We swept this low here at E15, and then we really push past that. As long as this breaker holds, probably we'll be gonna look for bullish moves here, unless we get a 15-minute violation. This is a very large breaker. Look at the hourly here. This is previous day high essentially. Yeah, that pump was pretty strong there. Hello. Good morning. So yeah, we're pretty bullish right now. There's no bearish moves yet. We want to stay on the right side of the trend. Looking at VOD and Dixie showing bullish moves here. Let's look at Dixie here. Probably looking for longs the rest of the day. Until I see otherwise. But yeah, what a high mark though. I hate when they do that move. I guess this is news base here. The 945, but we already grinding up beforehand, which is difficult for us to play with. Yes, Dave. Evals, you can always do micro in and out to fulfill the day's requirement. There's no firm that does not allow that. For funded, it's different. Yeah, we walked our ass back up. Let me log in my ninja, and then we get going. So we got closer in here. We dip back inside this inversion, and then moving higher from here. For those who takes inversion trades, would you guys take this trade here? This is already bullish, moves up. I guess if you do take this trade, maybe the retap would be much cleaner. The first immediate retap, especially once we close slightly above it. I don't really run inversion like that, but this looks very, very bullish right now. I think even Tesla's pumping, right? Look at Tesla. Holy crap. After being off a slump for so long, I'm just gonna move. This would be like kind of the gap fill here. It probably does want to fill the gap before ER today, right? Alright, I'm gonna connect all my funders together. And then we'll still see if we can get some good trades going. Feeling good, feeling good. It's ready to rock and roll. Give me a second. I'm gonna just connect everything I have first. Okay, oh, we just up the high again. Nicely done. $944 PPR to 944. Yeah, wait, 30 second leverage attack. 944. Guess you're looking at this PPR here. I'll wait for more confirmation before taking those type of trades, though. Personally, for me. But I feel like we're on a streak with ES. I might just roll with ES today. I'm not gonna try to force anything, but if I take a trade, I want to see if I can do it on ES. Since every trade we won so far has been on ES, surprisingly. Let me fix this. Yeah, but the 5 minute short we did yesterday here, it worked so good, man. Holy crap. We shorted 66 yesterday here. Basically live off this 5 minute breaker. Stop was at 70, 4-point stop essentially. And the next OB was a clear target for 2.5 hour. I took it for 1 because it was like a quick in and out trade before stream ended. I know some people held it, but it really went to market close. This is like it's such a great hit. Like the whole time session was grinding up slowly. We were waiting for opportunity. We tried longs a few times, but we didn't get the entry, no retracement to it. But then once we got confirmation short, we just pulled the trigger and it really delivered for us. And then we float around Asia here, sweeping this low, and then started grinding up, it looks like. But yeah, let's see if we can find a similar setup like that. That's our duty today. We have a little imbalance here too. Okay, we're starting to get some resistance going on, but I do like to move for higher still. The bias should be correct here. The high tape frame bias here, we're starting to slowly flip. It depends. If you're looking at 4 hour, we could be flipping already, but like let's say you look at the daily, let's look at NQ. If we get closure above NQ here and close green on the day above this FHG daily, I'll start looking for longs on the higher time frame to take out probably the next area here. But otherwise, this is still very, very bearish. This is messy though, but I'm trying to look at only the immediate price action here. And I probably have a lot of things. I'll delete this, turn this to X. That went away. Okay, I'll just delete it then. But yeah, it's starting to flip on higher time frame for me. Depending on what we do today, of course we can see like if we get a displacement through here today, we'll get that 4 hour breaker while giving ES SMT, which is very, very bullish. But yeah, it depends what it wants to do today. What tends to happen on Tuesday though, it could really just mark a high because we have a lot of ER, we have a lot of news coming. So it might not be willing to move yet this early in the week. Yeah, so let's talk about where I'll flip my buys here. If we get, like, of course this breaker, if we get a move lower 360, 370, it's gonna be very bearish, but that's just so far from there. I need to see something else. If anything, let's just say this is something that we could play with as our manipulation here. I'll be keen on this here. Since this is the high, yesterday's high it took, I want to pay attention to any price that goes under 448. And same thing with the ES. If we get under 76, we'll be watching very, very carefully. Otherwise, I need to see a violation from a higher time frame PD array, which is if this hourly closes here, we'll leave that hourly gap and we refuse to go through it or hold and really go through it, then that's gonna make me bearish there. But right now, like if we're scalping, we're only looking for longs here, guys. This could deliver somewhat of a 1 minute breaker. If I just can I find it on a better time frame? 2 minute looks good here. Look at this. It's very clear. I probably use the last damn close candle on this one. This is big breaker. But I still look longs here. Retracement into this inversion, which is basically a BPR now. If I draw like this, you'll see the BPR. That's very interesting. We could have. It's not like a setup model, but it's just a high probability that if it goes to this BPR, we could just enter with a stop probably under this rejection low here. Especially if we're bullish, we're only looking for higher prices right now. This entry is something I wouldn't take on my funded though, or my main funded. If I'm trading one funded, I'll definitely take trades like these. If it's on bias. But yeah, I hope you guys see this BPR here. This is great here. Just kind of marking out, seeing where it would hit. Plays out very, very well. Anyways, let's see. Nothing yet. This one looks like Tanya's back on YouTube. Very nice to have her back. She's probably been resting up. Hopefully she does well today on her first day back.
You can see like on the 15-minute actually what happened.
You didn't trust your bias? The bias is harder now. If you're short, especially. You said you got top of the bullet. We're gonna try to do the same thing yesterday. If we get 150 likes, we'll do. So that BPR really gave like 30 points already. Something we could have took for sure. It'd be nice to see someone take this long here, because not every BPR is gonna be good. Like if it's something along with buys, we're already looking for longs, and we're like asking ourselves, where are we trying to enter? This is likely the only entry I see right now. You have a good day, and every time the next day you get humbled and take stupid trades. That I think something like that, like what people say, like if you're having a streak you should size up, but like you could also do the opposite and just start sizing down, and hopefully that helps too. And if you're doing well already, you don't have to really, as long as you're not overconfident, just taking the same thing over and over again, being more mechanical rather than playing what you normally do here. Jeffrey took this long here, nice man. Yeah, this is such a beautiful long. Holy crap! It was a very nice OT entry too, right? Just right there, perfect. We got a 3 drive going here. Hydra is in his live. Is Hydra on YouTube or where's Hydra at? Or does he have his own thing now? Man, I'm glad. These type of trades, man. I think in the future, I'll try to switch which account I'm taking trades on. Maybe I'll have like my main set funded, which has like 10 funded all together, and then another account that I can switch to where it's like, let's say 1 or 2 funded, it's smaller set of funded that I'm like just kind of scalping to scale up his own premium. How many people is watching him live right now? I know when he was on YouTube, he had like 800 to 1,000 people watching. Slight SMT, but it doesn't. Oh no, it's like more of an equal high there versus a higher high. This is something like if we had a nice a quick closure with that doesn't move too far, you could probably take this inversion closure here and be tight risk. It's gonna take 50 seconds though. Oh, it's not inversion. I'm gonna not mix it up. Do you trade your own cash account? I've been trading cash account for the longest time, but it doesn't mix well with all these fundings I have. Because I'm already managing like across 4 different firms. I have like 25 different firms or fundeds. So like when I mix cash into it, it gets difficult because I have different sizing, I have different targets and different goals for each funded, and I don't want to make it too difficult at the moment. But yeah, I agree. Like if it's not like, it could be not sustainable and break down. Let's say next year, I'm ready to switch back to my cash account. Like that's why some people's trading style is only geared towards prop firms, and our trading style here, you can trade it through your cash account, you trade it to your mom's account, or Robinhood, you can do anything you want because we're trading price action, and no one can take away that skill from us. Ooh, let's see here. There's some people trading style are more exploitive, where they're just looking to get a quick buck, and it doesn't really work in live markets, especially those traders who trade on like the 5-second chart, or those traders who just TP for like 5 ticks or like 2 points. It doesn't work well because you get simulation fills, but we're not doing that trading style. But what I like to say though, like as long as I'm getting paid on fundeds, I'm doing like 25,000, 30,000 now. Just upping up each month slowly. I'm almost gonna use funds because I don't really have that much risk in the game. Like if let's say all fund is shut down right now and rug pull, I won't be hurt too much. Maybe I'll lose like 30,000, 20,000, but already we're talking about how much we made already. We already made like hundreds of $1,000s. So there's like that skeptic in your mind, like I don't know if this is gonna rug pull, but like if you already made so much money from it and prepared for it, so like none of my accounts really, I'm looking to do like $30,000-$40,000. Like this account here, I have $6,000 profits in it. That's good already. That really sets me up for a few payouts already. And that's my elite funded. I have my Apex funded. I have my Top Step funded. Like that's why you see me like really just take payouts like each bi-weekly and every month. what are your views on shorts from daily FEG after sweeping the 4-hour buy side liquidity? I think we might be looking for bullish moves here. Like, I'm not looking for shorts until I get confirmation. Like, if you're trying to time the top or whatnot, it could get really, really dangerous because we're so low. Look how we set up all these liquidity, and I think like Israel versus Iran type of news kind of scared everyone. I'm expecting like a run back into like 17,900 later, like in the next few weeks, before even thinking about going lower. So I would at least want like a run back up first before trying to go down. But it could just, we can go back all time high. Bull stocks really just move up. It gets difficult. It gets real difficult. Oh, what the heck? What is this? This is a large sell candle here. Okay, so we have basically a nice 3 drive now. Now we just want to see if the way that 3 drive works, we're looking at the first high, first low, second high, third low, or second low, and then third high. We want this to drive under the first high and then the previous low. It depends, like that's more the rule of thumb there. So this is what we want to happen. We want a closure under here, and we're gonna run back up if it even gives it, and then we shoot for the stars down here. Is that 4 drive? Did I miss it? 1, 2, 3. Did I miss the other drive? I see only 3 drive right now, unless I'm blind. Yeah, based on like I'm elaborating to NQ futures trading, comment about prop firms like going away and all that. It doesn't really, it's not gonna go away just because. Remember we took the poll on my Discord, like how many people are doing good, how many people are doing bad. It's the results are drastic here. Like look at this poll. Take a poll. If you're net positive, if you're net negative, if you're like very, very positive, 122 people are net negative. If you see the stats, and this stats goes everywhere, I looked at through other people's Discord. We talked to multiple sources, and it's typically like 1 to 4 in the ratio. So if that many people are not profitable in prop firms, why do you think it's gonna fail? We're gonna work to rather make our trades around us profitable. Yeah, so Gunner, he's commenting, I don't know how Apex are profitable when they've been paying out $25 a month. How much do you think they're bringing in? They're probably bringing in $100 million in expense and fees and all that. Yeah. So someone did the math. I think like they sold the stat was given out, or they sold a certain number. I don't know, 1.6 mil, like someone said there. You do the math, and it was like something like outrageous. And then you saw the payment they did monthly. It was like only like a 4th or 5th of it. So they're definitely doing fine. Yeah, no. I remember seeing that video too. I think it was an interview with one of the Apex guys. And he gave all stat, and then you can kind of break down that stat, you know. But that's why I'm saying, like, this is, don't be scared of it. And if you're scared of it, just try to reason with, like, don't be stupid with it. Is this a breaker? Someone said 10-12. It gets difficult because we do have a higher high with between a lower low here, and then we did get a closure under, but this is like a quick one. If I look at the 30 second, maybe I'll see it better. Okay, if you can see the 30 second, it could be decent, but it's still not like clean, I would say. I'm just gonna avoid this one for now, unless we get the displacement through it. Yeah, the displacement is missing. We want displacing through the low, and we want it to hold past that low. But once we like this is the same candle. It basically took the high and also displays closed below this previous low on the same candle, and then the next candle we already move up. That's something like we want to try to mess with, especially once again this is you're looking at a bearish breaker. We're bullish right now, bullish on the low time frame and bullish on the intraday bias. So this probably would look better if you try to find a setup that's more of a bullish setup there. Because why go against the trend when it's clear right now? It just seems too good to be true. Yeah, well, it is good to be true for some people, but other people, they're losing money from it. That's the thing. I don't really pay attention to any fair value gaps or inversions that fails to hold. If it continuously just move lower and lower, it's not something I'm gonna mark anymore. Juicy trendline liquidity. Oh, I actually didn't see this until you mentioned it. It does look like it's building up quite heavy here. Where the hell did I put my trend? There it is. All the closure is within here. I couldn't see it look to snap soon, but we don't want to time it right. We want to see confirmation first, and then we can try to play it. 3 drive pattern on the 15-minute. We also have a 3 drive pattern on the 1-minute, which I think does it describe the same thing? If it's on the 5-minute, we have a 4 drive, but we have no confirmation to play that drive yet. The way that we play multiple drives up, failure drives to move past, we want to see it move below the previous swing point. So we have a high here. We want to see it move below the swing point and below the first drive. So in this case, we're looking for 2 areas. I'll just draw it out just so there's a reference point here. That's 3 drives. We want to do 2 things. We want to see it go under this previous drive, and we want to also see it go under the first drive or the first high here. That's what I've tested out, and then you can kind of see like this is a breaker here, and if it returns back up, that'll be a clean unicorn there, or a clean breaker there. But we're just chilling, guys. We're just waiting for a good trade. That's the 4th high on the 1-minute. Watch closely on this 1-minute FEG. This could be a type of entry. I would love to take it on a different, not 10 my fun it's on, because I'd rather take it on my A setups. But I'll just kind of taper this and walk with you guys, and maybe just kind of say like if I would take this entry or not, and where I put my stop, those type of stuff. We didn't get closure yet. If we close already way too far before we get confirmation, the risk reward gets very iffy. 30 seconds for closure. Any good videos recommend for trading FEG inversion? I think Desi had some videos. I'm not sure if he uploaded like actual introductions, but yeah, you definitely want to learn from experience. We had him on yesterday, and he called a inversion, and I called a breaker. I called a breaker live. He called inversion that played out afterwards because we didn't get confirmation until afterwards. So we got confirmation here. This would be that BPR. You could definitely look for something like this right now. Something very tight. At the next high there. Let me just mark this inversion. It could be a scalp. I would love to see it wick the first move up, but we barely got it. We just basically went back to the inversion. But these type of things, when it gives clear imbalances, I like to see it ray tap inside the BPR. Yeah, BPR could be multiple things. It could be 2 FEGs, it could be 2 inversions, it could be multiple any gaps, or it could be inversions and FEGs. In this case, this is inversion and FEGs. Just balanced price range is just a it encompasses all gaps. What was the price for inversion? It's Desi Trace. I'll type it out. That's his main model. You really want to focus on people who trade one type of model. That's the best way to learn. Yeah, so this would be something you'll look to take in, but I'm not taking it really. I'm looking for unicorns only. I just want to tape read how I would handle here. This is also counter trend. I would only be more fond of bullish BPRs. Yeah, this already closed above. I'll just kill that trade right there if I had it. The moment it closed right there, you could just take that 5-point loss. Same rule set that I have that I trade with breakers essentially. If we had closure past the breaker point, I'll kill that trade. But yeah, good tape reading. I'm just looking through this. This is also another BPR now because we have this what is it, bullish FEG. We have the bearish FEG here, and then we also have the bullish FEG. And the midpoint of it, or the range that encompasses all three of them is this here. You find inversions better than unicorns? If I do find inversions better than unicorns, I would use inversions more. But my main model is unicorns, just because I can have a high win rate with like very low risk, and I don't think there's any other strategies that can do that. You could argue turtle soup, but it depends. I don't know really how effective that is because I don't know how their win rate is. Some traders, turtle soup, they only post like large wins, but I don't know what percentage are you losing. Because I can prove the stats of my unicorn when I entered unicorn trades. It's more like I have an edge there. But yeah, the way that I also look to use inversions on a high quality one, it goes along with the trend too. Especially, let's say, let's see, where's a good one? Like here, we're already bullish still, right? Once we get a strong displacement here, we got a nice closure above. I would take that along right there because I'm already bullish on 2 time frames. The high time frame, I'm still bearish, but once we got closure, we can already move for the next high and put the stop in the next low. Unicorn or ES? I don't see a unicorn, to be honest. I hope no one's shorting this blindly, though. There's not equal highs here. This is probably highly anticipated here. I'm gonna mark this hourly here, just because it flows well with the equal highs that we're looking at. Wow, serious smash through that. What draw? Where would a good manipulation leg be? What do I do from this low? Might have just do it from this low. Where'd it go? Yeah, I think I have my visibility differently on. This is kind of, I could either take this high or use this next high here. I didn't really, maybe I'll look at better on the 5 minute before I make a decision which manipulation like this is clear here. With higher time frame candle, it gets difficult on drawing the correct one or the more accurate one, I say. Like this is the next high. I would definitely take. This is more consolidation here. So we're about to hit the -4 projection here, which is a good aim if you're like just using that tool as a guidance. And we're about to hit the other one too. But we're inside of this 15 minute or the hourly imbalance, taking out this equal high, so very clean targets there. I would like this area to hold 5100s, but I don't know if it will to. How up? We're so green right now. Holy crap. Mark is pumping. Look at Nvidia. You saw Nvidia take a big dive here at 750. We just back at 800s. Microsoft too. We took a dive under 400, and this is so. And if you're looking at tech and doing technical analysis on it, it's very easy to see it run back up. But yeah, notice how every drive we had, like we could count it for 3-4 drives, but never once did we get a move lower to confirm that drive. So that's why like it's just more of a trend line. We're in a channel right now, but this trend line here would snap eventually, and it would provide good liquidity target there. While listening to your analysis, I caught 65 points. That's nice, man. Well done. Because we're obviously very, very bullish. There's no confirmation of short anywhere at all. And if you do short, it's more of like a counter trend short. Just chilling, guys. There's not much more I can really do here. I don't want to be too glued to the market. Typically, if I'm not live stream in these type of days, I'm just kind of going out on my day, and then I'll set either price alerts, or I'll just like come back in 30 minutes and just see what happens first. $9.53 inversion. Let me see. Yeah, but I'm still trying to learn inversions for sure. Did you insert off of this closure or this closure? 952 and 9. You said 953, so I'm assuming. Oh, maybe you just enter on the retap. The retap would be beautiful. But yeah, we hit the -4 projection target here. Remember what I said when I was talking about earlier? Like, if we get under the previous day low or previous day high, which I marked this red box here, I'll be looking to be bearish. And then also show this breaker here with this SMT on ES versus SNQ. That's why we made this market move so far up right now. We can kind of predict something like this, where if we see something clear on high time frame with SMT and then news driver just pumping us up, we gotta like really roll that long up. This all happened 9:45. This happened before I was live though. I don't know if I'll even take it though either. But yeah, it's not something I really try to trade too much at this point. You gotta let it play out, and then if you see a setup, like if you're still bullish and you see it take liquidity, like let's just say it'll just kind of do something like this, and then let me just fix this, and then let's say it does a quick move up. We had 3 drive down, try to move lower, fake people out, close above, and then retap back to the breaker. I'm long there, even though we're at highs. I'm still long there because look how decent it'll be. It'll be like a 10-point stop, and I can still ride it up. Will you see the PM session? I have no idea. I try to limit my screen time as best as I can. Most likely, I'll still get traded in the morning because we have another hour and a half left. Even though we did a lot the first 30 minutes, we still have a lot of time. And I'll probably get trades up somewhere. How many likes do we have? By the time we get enough likes, we'll do the giveaway. We have 9 likes. If we get 150, we'll do the 1 giveaway. 250 for 2. That's gonna be standard. I think we're gonna do that now. And anyone who likes it will be entered for it too. But yeah, like, let's just not be too glued to the markets right now, especially when it's just slow grinding up. It's just not something I can really do. Just gave you a shout out in Hydra's live. What did you say? Adib looking out for us. Hydra seems to he was a big breaker trader, but I think he does a mixture of velocity now. He does turtle soup. He still plays with his time macros. And then he also trades a lot of inversions too, which is great. Glad he's doing his own thing with his premium now, because there's a lot of, from what I heard of other streamers, they kind of move away from doing free stuff because people are either trolling or ungrateful, and like once you have like a tiny paywall, it doesn't have to be much. They really see value in it. Are you muted? I don't think I am. But I'm looking at 15 here. Still looking for higher prices. I just don't have any setups I can join in yet. We're all good. We're on a 4 win streak right now. I would rather not take a trade today if it doesn't give me my 8 setup parameters, and just wait for it to come, and then I'll see how long we can keep that win going without a loss. It's helping my fund accounts. Even like if it's like a small trade, it could be like $200, but like multiply that with like 10 plus funded, we're rolling. And then we're en route to get a pretty large payout coming up. Honestly, the first 15 minute here, we're going to be watching this closely, or the first 5 minute, because we're just so strong moving up. We're in the alley point of interest, so if we have a 5 minute setup, I'm willing to take that too. Do here, guys. Just watching or waiting. Just waiting for the kill target. What helps you correct your bias when you're wrong? Most likely, if I'm taking a setup that aligns with my parameters and it goes through it, that's like, okay, maybe I need to reevaluate my bias, or maybe it's just too early for a trade. Because let's say my bias is long already, I could be looking for a long here in this 15-minute FEG here, or imbalance. Let's say it closed here already, but it could just run that and still be bullish, but just like wicks down here, maybe to this imbalance or this order block. Let's say this is the order block here. So we just want to if we're taking like only a few trades, very limited trades, your bias is likely wrong if you take the loss there. Would you mind lowering the music? Yeah. I was gonna ask that. I don't know like how loud it is. I just lowered it about like 30% though. Jeffrey, I would risk about like 10% of 7 to 10% of the drawdown. I have a video, like we're working on that video to it's gonna be good. We're gonna work on other stuff too. It's the risk tolerance video that we've been kind of teasing about, but you know, it's hard when we're just trading a lot already. But yeah, it's a good time to ask questions right now. Like, talk to me about trading, funded accounts, prop accounts, psychology, the future outlooks, and like what do you want to do with your life, or I guess with financial freedom type of vibe. Because once we get like something going on here, I'm gonna try to be focused. So ask away if you want to talk about anything prop firm related or anything like that. Even trading related. I'll also look at candles. There's 951 to 1004. 951. This is 1004 here. 951 here. Do we have an SMC here? It looks like it's moving on along with it. I don't think I see the SMT you're looking at, because you're looking at 951 and 1004. We have a low and we have a lower high. And it works for both. How do you think TopStep has the best payout policy? I think it's the most payout friendly, because other firms has consistency rule. TopStep, like, you know, like, you're not limited to any trading style, because you can just make, let's say you just make like a few $100s a day, and then this is one day that you just size up and it's an A+ setup. You can just keep on pushing, and you don't have to worry about like, oh, I just went over the consistency rule, I can't get a payout. And the $200 is very easy to do, so like that's why I think it's the most payout friendly. So like when I recommend people, or like let's say in real life friends, like who wants to get in trading, family or friends, I'm like, just start with TopStep. Like don't mess around with any firms right now. They'll be like, oh, but Apex is 90%, 80% off. That's so cheap. But it's like, it's not. You're less likely to get a payout there. How long have you been trading for? 4 years. I'm gonna probably make a video on the story. Maybe once I get more established. I don't think it's too early right now. Are you still bearish? We're bullish. Look at this top right here. We're bearish on high time frame, but this high time frame is useless if we're trading on the 1 minute, right? Or execute on the 1 minute. And our low time frame and intraday bias is still bullish. What the heck here? We have some weird moves here. Okay, let me see. We might get this bullish breaker here. When would the bootcamp be? We're gonna try to work on it. I'm not trying to push it out that quick, but it's gonna be like an 8-part video, maybe like 10 minutes each. And then it's gonna be like 30+ minutes per video of content that which kind of condensed, because people don't it's condensable. Like, I'm gonna try to make content that I would watch. I hate when I see tutorials or anything like that where it's like 30 minutes long or 20 minutes long, when it can be reduced. Just like my tutorial video about trade copier, I made it 8 minutes even though I worked like 4 hours on it, and I recorded like hours of content. I just condense only the parts that is necessary. So that's why it takes a little bit longer. If I just record raw footage, I'll pump it out like literally the next few days. So we have a bearish FHG here, but I'm kind of liking bulls to move higher here, and then we can get a long setup most likely. But we are deep in premium though. That gets sticky sometimes, because like, where is our buy side? Where is our target now? I don't know if I can even find the next target. We have some equal highs here, of course. Wait, that got taken out already. I think that got taken out already. Holy crap, it did. Let me just mark it. Yeah, even though you're bullish, like sometimes it gets very difficult, because what are you targeting? You want to target for something. You've already hit all the objectives. There's no point anymore. And look at that -4 projection target, just on the money. I think ES, I showed it too, at 5100.01. For NQ, it was around 590. What are your go-to models? Is mainly unicorns. If like I can only trade one model, that's gonna be unicorns. Let me just make sure I'm on the right track. Can you mix time frames? it depends. Like I think the daily 15 minute and 1 minute that could work, but it's more likely better for 4 hour because it works better. The daily might be too far. If a 5 minute candle closes bearish, would it be or closes below FAG bias? Would that be bearish? No. For me, if I'm trading the 1, 15, 4 hour, I needed the 15 minute close bearish. So let's look at the 15 minute here. If this gets under this 15 minute candle, I would start looking for lower prices, and I'll start flipping my intraday bias. Hopefully that's clear, because focus on intraday bias, because you're talking about 5 minute. This is just a low time frame bias here. But what if the intraday bias is still high? So if you're trying to trade the what is it, 5 minute, you're looking at hourly. You want the hourly to violate. And the hourly is down here. We're not sure when we're gonna get here first. At least we're in the hourly point of interest here. Yeah, we might get closure on this 5 minute here. So that would be a shift to low time frame bias here, which it might start flipping bearish. But for you to start looking for shorts, you want confirmation on intraday bias, unless you have the other parameters for it. We have a bearish breaker. I don't see it. Let me see. Do you have the time stamp with it? Bearish breaker. I don't think I see anything bearish breaker right now. Yeah, confirmation shorts bias would be if we get a closure on this 15 minute here, which I marked out. You can see, I think it should be a little bit higher, right? There we go. Which I have this high time frame candle. These are nice because now I can watch the 1 minute and then also watch the 15 minute. That's my exact trading style. I agree, Ray Charter. If we close above the daily FAG, I could see us really smashing to the next high. Of course, the next high is gonna be easy. I could really even see us move higher than that. This order block is probably gonna be a magnet here. And lots of new drives. Do you live in Cali? I live in Florida. Yeah, thank you for answering some of the questions. I much appreciate it. After the morning pump, do you think markets would dump come power hour? That's just more like, I don't know, like I don't know if it's something I could really answer, because let's say I would say like, oh, maybe it should dump, or like I think it dumps, and it doesn't. Like what is that gonna help you? We'll just play confirmation verse. Just for now, it's just very, very bullish. And this is a bearish down close candle, but it has two higher or lower lows. So if we break down 30 second, I'm sure we got something here. It's pretty clumsy here. It doesn't look too hot, but you can kind of break it down to find more of a setup here. If we get displacement through these two highs here, it might be something worthy of playing. This is tough, but like, let's say we're looking at something like this as our breaker, even though it's not the cleanest breaker, of course, but this is something like I'm just kind of using as a reference, so some of you guys can see. Or let's say even look at the 15 second. Maybe the 15 second would be clean. It looks kind of rough still. This two down close candle might be the cleanest one we have here. I'm not gonna trade this, but I'm just gonna kind of demonstrate this. So we got this close above, sweep the low here. We honestly want to see a quick retap and then move for high prices. So like, let's just say we get something in the midpoint of this very tight stop, like 5-point stop. We want to see if this could really push up. Since we're bullish buy still, and we're inside a 15-minute point of interest. I'm just testing this out here. I'm just doing the midpoint also, just so I can mitigate my risks. I would do a little bit lower of a stop too, though. Where's Lanto or Desi? I think Desi is, I'm not sure if he's trading. He said he was not trading today because the Lakers game and he's very emotional. But then I think he's changed it and he's going to trade PM, I believe. But Lanto, we'll get Lanto on one day again. This is too choppy now. Like, we're hovering around. This was, if it were to bounce already, it would have tapped this already. So we could have probably looked at this order block here. Now it's moving back and forth. I'm just gonna watch this. This is a 15-second chart, by the way. So you guys see like up close candle with a low. We push that low, and then we close above. As long as we're bullish bias, we have the edge already. But that was a nice sweep here, guys. There's two things I'm looking at here. We got a liquidity sweep there, and then we got that order block move right there. I'm gonna show that. You guys see that? Induce this low. You can say it's a sweep. If not, the bounce order block inside of a breaker. How do you take this trade? I was considering putting my entry on that breaker, but I just want to mitigate my risk. But let's say instead of doing like that, like this will be more appropriate, and then I'll try to go for like, this is a 1-to-1 already. This is pretty high probability here. But I've been testing more on lower time frame type of trading style, like with the same parameters essentially. Maybe I'll have to reduce it. Like, let's say I trade the, you know, the 4 hour, 15 minute, 1 minute. Maybe I'll do the hour, then I'll drop down to the 5 minute, and then my entry will be off the 15 or the 30 second, and it'll be something like this. If you guys want to see that, stay tuned. We might run something like that. This is already a working trade, because if you look at the 1 minute, this is not a clean breaker anywhere. This is not a clean institutional high either, a swing point. But I'm already bullish. I'm already looking for longs just because we tapped this 15-minute point of interest. I'm already looking for a 1 minute setup, but I don't get that. So yeah, that's why you drop down the 30 second. 30 second gave somewhat of a entry model. If you look at this, the breaker, but then you drop down the 15 second. The 15 second looks the best possible here. Very, very clean. But yeah, I don't know if I want to use this on like Asia session or something when it's very slow, but I've been wanting to get more trade frequency, and that might be possible with high probability if I just reduce the time frame. So this is a prime example of like how I'll try to scalp on lower time frame. I do 30 second quite frequently when the 1 minute doesn't work, and I think the 1 minute just didn't show it properly. So you break it on 30 seconds. Yeah, but who would want to kind of try to practice this style more? I'm surprised though. Like this really induced the low pretty quickly. We just basically souped it. And then once we got there's confirmation on 1 minute too. Yeah, so the problem here, if you didn't see the 15-second or 30-second trade here, where it had the bullish breaker moving higher, we don't even know if it does want to retrace back inside here now. It could already move up. And we have SFT too, which theoretically should already hit the target. And it can reverse from here. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to forward test something like a 15-second entry model, or not back. It's gonna be hard to back test a 15-second entry model, but to forward test it is a different story. I just don't want to ruin what I have with how I'm trading right now with 1 minute breaker. But if I drop it down to 15-second, 30-second, it could give more trade frequency and more high probability scalps. Well, we'll see if we do that. If there's enough interest, maybe we'll do a live stream of just trying to trade lower time frames, like lower than the 1 minute. Some people already think 1 minute is too much. Imagine if I drop it down a notch. I don't think I'll get like the same win rate though, unfortunately, but if I try to do a 15 second. But we love to see it. Very cool, very cool. This high time frame candle is going to play such a big role, I feel like, if I'm trying to trade. I'll probably use this as a 5-minute or even the 15-minute. We might just keep it 15-minute and just see like where it would most likely kind of retrace to and hold. But yeah, there's nothing happening in the 1 minute right now for me. I'm just kind of practicing using this time to practice the 15 second here. So we're only looking for longs until we flip our bias, and that's most likely where you'll get stopped out. Yeah, look at that though. If you took this entry here off this breaker, this already gave like 30 points. Of course, no one's holding for that because this is more scalping. I'll probably just take half off at the 101, which this is exactly 101 here, and then the other half at either equal high or next swing high. Probably here. This is very good here, but tend to not be too greedy when I trade like this. How many of you guys tried trading something like the 15 or 30 second for like breakers? I'm more familiar with the 30 second though. It allows you to reduce your risk greatly. If you do have experience with it, how was your experience? We really just filled that little gap too and then pushed back up. So this is already a unicorn in itself here. If you look at this gap alone. 30 second all day. It's more than I thought, I guess. Is that SMT? No, we didn't get SMT. We already made the new high here. Delete the SMT. Broker doesn't offer those time frames. It's more for scalping anyways. I don't think you would try to trade it on like something like a lower on a real trade or a real broker, I mean. But yeah, how would we do it here? Let me just kind of see it out. Like if I use, let's say I use a 15 second as my my entry. I'll probably have to use like the 2 minute as my or no, it should be a 3 minute actually. Just doing like that, and then whatever I use as my high here. What do I use? The hourly or the 15 minute? Maybe something like that as our 15 second entry model. I'll have to work it out. Okay, we're getting something here though. Is this the move to jump in short though? Even though we have a nice move up here and wicked it, I'm still cautious of shorts until we get confirmation. If we get closure under here, it makes it very easy to play the downside. I think all you have to do when you're in the trending days, you just enter on the right side. Just enter in any PD array that's bullish. That's it. I mean that's hindsight, but like some of these things, like you're gonna get killed. Like let's say you try to enter longs here, we just knife through it. What is your stop if it doesn't work? Oh, okay. That's a good call, Jackson. The 5 minute does look much cleaner here. If we get closure under another candle close, we'll actually get a better move here. We'll also create that FAG, so let's just see if it wants to do that. These type of trades though, it gets difficult to really see if it wants to give you entry. I'm not really looking at this 1 minute break. I know some of you guys are mentioning it. It's not something that I really value because we have like a move high here and then we just slowly chop down. And if you use it as a breaker, it gets difficult. And if you use all this candle here, that's too large of a breaker for the 1 minute, especially. Kind of like the 5 minute right now, though. Let me see this 5 minute closure here. We dipped our toes at the 15 minute, which is still bullish signature. That's why, like, even though we have the bearish breaker, it's still counter trend, right? So if we're looking at the 5 minute, we want an hourly closure before we really try to move downwards with confirmation. It's gonna depend where the 15 minute or 5 minute close here, because if it closes above here, we can look for entry somewhere in this 5 minute here. I need time alignment with the FEGs here. We haven't made it yet, so we need this next candle to close first. But generally, if you're looking for 5 minute setup, it's going to be like 15 to 20 point stop at bare minimum. You're not going to be able to get like a 10 point stop all the time. For 1 minute setups, you can really do that. Let's see how many likes we got so we can do a giveaway. 123, 150, and we'll do the giveaway. 250 for 2 giveaways. Some equal highs here. I might still be looking for longs if we induce this low and then move up. So there's setups on mine now, which is interesting. We want to be careful. Yeah, dark. If we get a 50-minute closure, that makes it more high probability for any short that we get. I'm leaning long right now, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm leaning for a move back up, and then we can potentially get that short. All right, we got the 5-minute here. I want to see this push up. Yeah. We have no confirmation. This is gonna be still counter trend. My take on ES is less weak. Would love confirmation in here though. Let me check this. This is still counter trend, guys. I would watch confirmation first before I jump in. Oh, this should be the other way. Fix this. So we're using the last down close candles on this case. You want to see a rejection inside this 5-minute FEG here. But we have some equal highs here. What the heck? Did my live just... Okay, we're good. This is weird. I'm still cautious on this. This is still counter trend. I'm gonna wait for confirmation before I try to jump in with you guys, if you guys do choose to enter off of this. But yeah, notice how the 15-minute here, we took another dive in and then moved past that. So I still like longs. That's why I was looking for if we can get a long first and then maybe flip. But I'm not too fond of this yet. It could work though. It could very well work. Staying off limits uses counter trend, and I like longs rather. Hopefully this is... If this plays against us on the 5-minute here, which it likely would, because I don't know how I'll take an entry off like this. You could also do this breaker like this to all the way to the top of it. That's kind of how I'll do it if I really want it like that though. That's why we're trying to refine our entry model here. Let's say you take the entry off 99 and just stop at 102 right now. That's a 3-point stop. That's valid here. That's more the risk reward I want, because it also aligns with the OT entry now. I don't think I'm taking it yet though, because there's no confirmation yet. This is a learning experience. If it does work, it's a learning experience. If it doesn't work, we're just kind of adding it to our mental brain to see what works and what doesn't work. But yeah, but I was watching to see if we can get a bullish breaker on the low time frame here. I don't think it really delivered that. Maybe off of here. Yeah. So I'm just marking this just to watch it. No confirmation for entry. Inverse to if you. How would you play this inverse, Gunner? I'm just asking just to understand more. If we did get a closure above this 5-minute FEG here, would you enter off the closure and try to go for the high, or would you wait for a retap back inside, most likely to get a BPR type of trade? This is gonna be interesting here, but this could be a 5-minute chain of state delivery here if it does work out. My hands are off until I see something that aligns with my entry model. I hope this goes past so we can like talk about like why I didn't take this trade. But if it does reject from here, whatever. There's a YouTuber called Dodgy DD. Yeah, I know Ryan. Oh, so the 5-minute close above. Would you just take that long right here, or would you wait for a move back into this kind of BPR here? You said you got closure, but this is already kind of moving too far, and I don't know. I wouldn't find that as a good risk reward. Press 1 if you didn't take this trade here, and press 2 if you did. I just want to know to see like how many people actually take this trade, even though like this trade didn't fail yet. If we're looking at this as a breaker, 1 if you didn't. I was more eagerly looking for longs down here. If I would long down here, maybe I would have flipped at where I think it was going to reject. Some people took it, a few people took it, but the reason why it wouldn't work in my mind right now is because if you're looking at a 5-minute entry, you want to see an hourly close, which we didn't get that. We don't even have any bear structure on the hourly right now, so it's way too early to take that. And on the 15-minute, we are just retapping back to a bullish FEG on the 15-minute. It doesn't look too hot for me. But if we get a rejection from the last order block here on the 5-minute, which I would love to see it better, but let's say the last 5-minute here on ES, and we get the change state delivery, and then if we do move past this, I will look for entry off of it. We're talking about the short trade on 5-minute here on this breaker, which we kind of demonstrated, but we didn't, you know, we restrained from taking. Sorry. I'm not talking about that version at all. I'm talking about the breaker. Or the unicorn here, like if this aligned with the hourly, this is a general setup where I'll take, maybe I'll just put it like probably a line somewhere, if depending on what that 5-minute FEG is. If the 5-minute FEG is like way too low, I'll try to line up with OTE or a order block here. So let's just say I do it like right here, my stop at the breaker. This is 5 points because this is 5-minute, and I'll really try to go for wherever the next immediate target is, which we don't really have one. I'll probably just slam it down to the next order block here, or look for the 1-minute trade. This is the general setup though, but it doesn't work because you're going against the trend. And typically when you see let's say on the hourly, we'll see, like, if you want to see a bear structure, you'll see a candle and we'll wick it, and then you'll see another candle. It could be the same area, and this will be the bearish candle though. We didn't get that yet. We haven't get confirmation on this closure. If you look at the yesterday, we did get something like that. So I want to share, if you're watching right now, I want to share something that you'll see what happened yesterday here. Let me just share here. Very similar to this setup here, but only difference in this setup here. Let's just look at the 15-minute. We had that soup type of entry model where we have highs and then we close lower. First bearish candle, and before we even got the setup, we were already moving lower, and we displaced through that low. So that's why this one worked very well, because we're already moving along. We're already switching the buys to bearish now. Here we didn't do that. So what you want to look for is any bearish structure. we got that soup type of off the high and then close lower. That's a good bearish model there. But in this case, I do want to see it move higher. I don't know if it will, but I'm hoping to. That's why I was looking for longs. As long as this 15-minute holds, I was hoping to see maybe like a move lower down here, return back up, and then just a quick retap for high prices. That'll be that bullish breaker. I'll join in with a stop on that previous low. Then we'll go for people who's trying to fade this 2022 model. All right, let me read chat first. From your experience, do you have success from trading breakers as much as unicorns? I trade both, but unicorns are more high probability for me because we want it to be revolving around FEGs. But there's also like breakers that align with a order block. Example like that, which I kind of put similarly to a what is it? Let me share real quick. Was this the one I'm talking about? No. This is also gonna be another live experience that like I studied, and then maybe it'll help you guys too. Remember we were talking about this 15-second breaker here? This is the 15-second breaker, right? We have the low swept, we display to the high, we return back down. We didn't really get it, unless you consider this to be that FEG here. This is not a unicorn. This is just a breaker that's nested inside of a order block here. So you can still look for breaker trades because when you get a breaker, you want price to hold if it does retrace inside of it. As long as it holds, it doesn't close over under, that play is good. And your job is to find where to take the trade. You're not going to just, I guess it depends. You can also take it like Ash. He just takes it on the first stop. But I like to refine it a little bit more than that. So that's why I'm focused on this order block here. That's a nested order block with the breaker. So even though it's not technically a unicorn, this is still a high quality breaker trade for me. So I hope that answered that question a little bit. Let me just make sure it. I'll go back to 1 minute. And then once again, we violate this breaker, which is very clear. I hope people can see that. And those who took this inversion here, I know some people mentioned it, and you guys are killing as well. Just because you're on the right side of the trend. But yeah, it's a lot of information bombing today, which is good because there's a lot of people watching, and if that helped you, you really want to ingrain that if that's gonna be an entry model that you're gonna utilize. And look at that. So I'm glad that we refrain from taking any breaker trade here, even though we got the pattern. You know, we have like the breaker, we have the FHE. That's a trade right there. But you're kind of playing like Lux Algo. Does it show? Would Lux Algo show this? It probably would, but then like it would just repaint itself and like, okay, we're not. This is not a signal anymore. It always do that. You took the inversion past the 50K challenge. Well done, man. But yeah, I'm gonna be right back and get some water. And we're back. Did the water macro work, like some people say? We're so deep in premium 2 right now. Yeah, too bad we didn't get any 1 minute setup that I liked. If you broke it down, there was still probably set up somewhere. It becomes very retail. But I believe there's like a handful of people talking to me like, I see all these trades, like let's say unicorns, breakers, and I have a problem like filtering them out. There was one that I talked about like more deeply yesterday. But this is why you filter these trades out. These are not high quality. And if you're just trading every pattern you see, you're just a pattern trader. If you see a breaker with an FG inside and you just take it regardless of where the bias is, where the narrative is, it doesn't work. I'm a little bit against long as well now because I don't know where the target is. That's like kind of a problem for me. For NQ, the next target's like another 200 points. I don't think it really runs up to there today. We'll likely just run into this hourly if anything though. But if the draw is lacking, then we just want to find most likely a retracement, a fail retracement, and then look for longs off of it. We're nearly to the 150 mark here. But I need to remind myself to record some of the trades we take on live so I can share them as like a kind of like a trade recap type of style. Sometimes I forget to do that. But we can take a run by it. This is a trade we took yesterday. I think we took this is the 5 minute one, 5 minute breaker, which worked out. That's the fourth win we had. There was another one that we did. I took one with Lanto, but I don't know if I posted or not. Yeah, I didn't post it. This was a very clean one here. But there's a reason why we're filtering out more like low probability trade and only focus on high probability trade. That's where we get more results. Do you trade ES? I've been trading more ES than anything lately, which is funny, but I do like NQ most likely more in my history. It just ES sometimes gives the best delivery. We have a higher high on NQ, lower high on ES. That could be the SMT that sent us lower, but we just need confirmation. So like, if we don't take anything for the next 30 minutes though, might take for the end of the day, which be if we move under this 15-minute FEG, you can look for any setups possible. So if it's move under, you can just really look for if there's swing back, attempt back up, and then take any attempts, sell all the rips possible. It's very easy to find those when you're on the right side. I know there's a handful of trades I could have taken, but it's just if it doesn't line with the parameters I want, It doesn't work out as much as I would love it to. Someone shorted 17,600. Turtle soup. Looks like it's working well for you. You have SMT off this high right now. And then we have this hourly here. Just keep in mind that like the moment we do violate a higher time frame PDRA, we have a lot to go. So like just remember, like let's just take this as example. 528 to 540. We look at the 5 minute. The moment we violate that 528 to 530, I'll kind of just draw it out here. 528 to 540. The moment we get closure on this hourly, we have a lot to move down from. This is like, if we look at this, the range from New York Open or the New York session, that's just a 30% drop. We can go for the 50%. We can go back to New York Open. We can go for London lows. We can go for New York lows. There's a lot that I can really go for. So rather than trying to predict where it's going to move, as in like, this is the top, we just wait for confirmation first. And that helps. I know a lot of people struggle with that, but just it helps if you are watching someone or learning or like having a group of people who are also disciplined. So if you're just trading like FOMO and just recklessly, you're gonna see other people like, why are you doing that? And that should hold you more accountable than anything. Have you guys seen a lot of stuff that's floating around Twitter? I guess we can just kind of talk about this stuff. It's kind of fun. There's Romeo and someone else dropping that CRT, I think candle range theory. Is that what it's called? And also something very similar. The MMX guy, he dropped the double purge, which is very similar in some cases. Some cases it aligns perfectly. These type of stuff, like they're just dropping some nuggets, which I think is something valuable, but it just now it's all over socials that I'm on. It's like, wow, no one talked about this before until they dropped it, and now everyone's talking about it. And the people who are using it most likely won't even use it properly. Some people do overcomplicate it. I do agree with that. We have SMT off its highs. I'm leaning, if we do get a closure here, this is going to be very bearish here. When we have, we're struggling to move past somewhere, and we're just consolidating, the moment it just violates the 15 minute, let's say, we're going to be looking for lower prices. Yeah, but we're kind of consolidating for a big move here. Bullish Reaper. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what a Reaper is. Bullish Reaper. I'm assuming it's a fair value app that kind of lines up something like that. I don't know. But these names, like, it just kind of mind boggles me. It's like, why don't we just kind of play it like it's, I guess it's a refinement too. Where we at now? We're at 143. We can run the giveaway in a little bit here. Isn't restraint and discipline the same thing? What do you guys think? Is it the same thing? Discipline. I mean, discipline is a form of restraint, I guess, but you can be disciplined in multiple things. You can also be restraining yourself from pushing buttons. It is very similar. If you guys agree, then I'll take one out. But like, wouldn't you argue like kind of patience and discipline is the same thing too? Because if you're disciplined, you'll be patient too. How do you use SMT? When market is decoupled like this, we want to see SMT is typically a something you want to see happen before a move. So for another reference here, we have this breaker here, but if we look before the form of the breaker didn't form an ES because we had SMT. So before that move, we had a higher low on ES, a lower low on NQ. That move up really propelled price. So we've been consolidating, just grinding, but the moment we have the SMT marking that 815, we start moving very aggressively up. And if that SMT can hold, that could really mark the move. So similar to above here, it's not the strongest SMT here. It's a very slight one, the 15 minute, but we also have SMT here too. So if we get confirmation on the downside, which is the bearish move, we'll look at this SMT to keep on pushing price. Rock and roll, rock and roll. But man, I think this week I should get a large payout, man. I think it's gonna be like a 12,000 payout if I add up right. I don't know. And then I have my Apex. I have like 10 Apex funded that's like well above the threshold. It's covering 2 payouts basically. So I'm just doing it slowly. If you see this trade here, is at 156.4. It took a while to me for to build up this. But I'm also healthy above here. Now I'm just kind of trading. If you notice, like my size has been a little bit lower now. It's because I'm trading lots more accounts. I'm trading 10 plus accounts now, and I'll do 2 minis if not 1. 2 minis if it's an A+ setup. So 1 mini would be kind of like $200 if I win, 250 maybe, 300 if it's NQ, and then if I do 2 minis, it could be like $500. But I'm really trying to search for that high quality trade. That's why you can see like we've been on a streak. Even though that's like a streak is good and all, but we worked hard for that streak where we're trying to trade carefully. But how many accounts do I have linked? I think I have like 11 accounts right now linked. If I take a trade, like let's say a short here, I'll have 11 filled. And the others, I'm just kind of like, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, so I trade them separately as well. No trades so far yet, Billy. there was a handful of setups that both worked and didn't work. We just kind of trying to figure out which one works in our parameters, which we didn't have anything yet. What risk you guys use for PA counts? Like, let's say I do 2 minis. Like, let's just say I short this right now. 2 minis, 10 points. Each contract I have would be $200 loss on NQ. So my max risk on this would be $400, and I could go for, let's say, 19 points. That'll be like nearly 2 RR. So like I'll risk 400 to make like 700. Let's say that's probably accurate. On ES is more better than that. Let's say I short here for 2 points, or let's say 3 points. 3 points is $50 a point. So if I do 1 contract, $150 loss. 2 contracts, it would be $300. And I go for the next low here, 465, about 1.5 RR. I'll risk with 2 contracts. I'll risk $300. I'll aim to make about 475. And that's max control risk every time. It varies. That's why I always say like my risk is typically, let's say I do my max contract, which I'll just do standard two contracts. That's probably average for me. NQ would be around like 300 to 500, let's say. ES would be 200 to 400. So 300 max risk on ES, 400 max risk on NQ. And that would be vice versa. It would be average win would be like 700 to 800. Average for ES would be like 500 to 600. Do you have already scaling a device somewhere? We haven't made that video yet. We're working on it. Give us some time. While we're working on it, we're trying to give you guys patience and discipline and give you some nuggets already. But yeah, any trade style can work though. Like if you're using inversions, key thing about inversions is you have to choose the right one to trade. I wouldn't try to trade like every version you see. You want parameters to fit. Is it the right bias? Is it a reversal? Is it a continuation inversion trade? Did it hit a high time frame liquidity before reversing? Is it inside of a high time frame PD array? These type of things, like that's how I refine my trade style. And I don't think I'm taking any trades this session. Maybe in PM in Discord. I might start live streaming on Discord too. Like if I'm just trying to just go in and out instead of just hosting on YouTube. Yeah, be ready to rock and roll, guys. I think we hit the enough likes. Live with a Discord community would be nice. Yeah, we'll run that. I don't know if it's gonna be this PM session, because once again, the reason why I avoid the AM session, like look at this. Let's say I start my live stream, I'll consider it at like 9:35, 9:40. Let's say 9:45. We already hit a very good previous day high and we're pushing already. I hate when we take those overnight highs or previous day high before my session starts already. It gets difficult. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to do it for this session, but if you want to join the Discord, it's open right now. There's a premium side, but I opened up all the channels. I don't know how long it'll be open for, but some people think free has less value. We're doing the same service, same thing. But let's do the giveaway though. Let's see if anyone wins. This session is more of a of a learning one, I guess. We're tape rating. We discuss lower time frame type of entry model, like the 15 and 30 second, which this played out very well. We discussed some stuff about inversions. We discussed when not to take a breaker, when to take a breaker. We discuss when our bias flips. All these type of things we're trying to work on, guys. It would be nice to give a winner and then do the giveaway, but we can't have a winner every single time. It's better to not take a trade than take a loss, because one loss sets you back, and we're already up. Like, so we're up yesterday and we were also up last week without a single loss yet. Is a 5-minute still valid for a long trade? I don't think so. We have SMT off the highs. I would not look at. I would use this as more of a, with this hold here, and if it does, you play based off of that. If it goes through it, then that's more of a bear structure model. That is also a third low there. Give it a few more minutes. So yeah, we've been shooting for 2 hours. Lots of tape reading, just no setup. But I hope the session really is honing into your inner discipline and help creating and pushing you guys to be more of a consistent trader. Like, we're not trying to do 10 trades, which could go win or loss. We're trying to just focus on quality. Much easier that way. Quality over quantity. But some people do like to take like 10, 20 trades. It depends. Like, if they do that, are they winning more than they're losing at a consistent rate? Because it's much easier to hit a good winner than hit like 7 winners and only like 3 losses. But yeah, reminder, if you want to join the Discord, take a look in here. I think a lot of people have been joining every day, though. We might get like a handful of joins right now. We'll probably just do a Discord live when I'm just trying to just do a quick live. Maybe it'll be like 30 minutes or an hour, or it could be like A's session. I'll try to do YouTube live more planned, so I'll try to stay on for hours and hours if I'm on YouTube. But for quicker lives, I'll be on Discord. Maybe not this PM. There's probably like a 30% chance I'll do this PM though, just because the price action is not something I liked yet. Let's go, baby. And much appreciated if you guys do use any of the sales here with Apex My Fund features. Much appreciated if you guys use the code SMART. That helps me, and I would help you in return. Okay, let's pick a giveaway winner. That's enough time. Hopefully no one leaves before they win. Let's run it. Sear 95. Sear 95. If you can come forward in the next 3-4 minutes. Let's just look at this market here. We have the BPR here. We're already moving lower. We have SMC off the high, so like I really think we can move lower now. Many drives to this BPR or this 15 minutes, so I really do think that too. Oh, what the heck? Sear answered, then he retracted his message. What did he say? Okay, yeah, here. Sear, just DM me on Discord, and then take a screenshot of your profile, of your YouTube profile, so I just know it's you, and then we'll give you the giveaway after the stream. Other than that, let's see. Shorts are looking juicy, I would have to say. It's starting to ripen up just because if we look at the 15 minute here, we're starting to show more bearish candle. Like, look how, yes, we're dealing with 3 bearish candles already. And if we get a closure under this move up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bullish 15 minute candles. This might be the start of the rundown. So I'm going to be watching closely on this 15 minute, but also very close on the hourly here, which is not closed yet. We'll get this when we have the PM close, or the 12 close here. So this is going to be my point of interest here. Whatever happens, if we do dip in here, if the long works, it works. If we slice through it, that's where I'll look. Peter Wynn, 30 points from your short. Well done, man. I think you said something about Turtle Soup quarterly theory up here. If that played out to what you thought, you got it. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. I'll tune in for you guys tomorrow. I'll be in Discord moving forward for the rest of the day. Thank you and have a good one, guys.